Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kingdom Youth Network. Thank you for joining me today. Please feel free to subscribe, to share this video, like, and leave your comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. If you have any questions, any subjects you'd like me to discuss in future, leave your suggestions in the comments box. I'd love to hear from you. So the core value we're going to be talking about today is consistency. And consistency really relates to your actions and how often you perform a certain action. A consistent person is someone who is reliable because you do the same thing over and over again. You make amendments where necessary because it's possible for you to be consistent in the wrong thing. And that's not what you want to be doing. As a consistent person, it's important that you're reviewing what you're doing, you're making amendments, you're dropping off certain things, you're adjusting your methods, but the fact is that you remain consistent. Consistent is important because being consistent is important because in this world, there are too many people who are after quick fixes. They're after cheap thrills, they want quick success, but people of substance, people of character, are people who are consistent. And in order to see any real life success, you must practice consistency. Consistency helps you develop strength. Imagine a little baby boy who is perhaps 11 months old. His 12th, he's going to be one soon. And he probably has heard his mom say, if you don't learn how to walk, you are not going to have a party. I don't know if he would understand it, but let's say, for the sake of argument, that he understood what his mother was saying, and then he tried to walk. However, he got up and he took a few steps, but then he fell and he hurt himself, and he decided he was not going to walk anymore. And that baby decided to just carry on crawling. Now, although this baby has 2 legs and has all the relevant equipment to enable him walk, because he has refused to be consistent, he will not develop strength in the area of walking. Why? Because he got hurt. And that's what happens a lot. Sometimes you may have started off being consistent, but maybe you had a failure, you experienced failure, or someone criticized the way you were doing something, and you allowed that to affect your consistency and you stopped being consistent. The reality is, if you are not consistent, then you can never become proficient in what you're doing. And proficiency really speaks to your expertise. It speaks to the excellence in which you provide a service or do something. So in order for you to get to excellence, in order for you to get to success, consistency is a major step that you must take. And you take that step over and over and over and over again. And over time, just like a boxer develops muscles as they keep boxing, or a weightlifter develops muscles as they pick up certain weights, this is the same way you develop weights as you become more consistent as an individual. Being consistent is a crucial life skill to cultivate. It is a crucial core value that you must cultivate and work on and practice. It's not easy to be consistent, but when you're consistent and it leads you to the next step, you become more confident. When you've done something consistently over a period of time, it chases away fear. You become more confident in doing whatever it is you're doing. It could be speaking, it could be writing, it could be calculations, it could be art. Whatever it is, the more you do it, the more consistent you are at doing that thing, then you become more confident. You don't get butterflies in your stomach so much. You may have a little, but it's not as it used to be before. You're not paralyzed when you're faced with a challenge. Why? Because you've practiced the skill consistently. So you become confident, but you must be aware that even in confidence, you still have to retain an attitude of humility. There's a distinction to be drawn between confidence and cockiness. When you're confident, you are aware of what you know, but you are also conscious that you do not know everything and that there are still things for you to learn. And so when you're confident, you have an attitude that enables you to learn. You are open to learning. When you come into contact with someone who has more information in that field than you do, you are open to learning from them. When you're cocky, on the other hand, you feel like you know everything, and that shuts off opportunities. It shuts off your mind because you alienate yourself from anything that is new, anything that is challenging, anything that does not align with the information you already have. And so your cockiness builds a wall around you, and in effect it stagnates you and prevents you from getting the information that you require. So my point is, when you are consistent, you must develop strength and also move on from strength to a place of confidence. But whilst you're doing that, it's important that you remain humble and open to learning. So I want you to think on this question. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not so consistent and 10 being extremely consistent, how consistent are you on a scale of 1 to 10? If you're not at a 10 or a 9 or an 8, that's okay. You can work on it, but it's important that you identify it and create a desire. Have that desire within yourself that you desire to be consistent. And when you have that desire, it enables you to push in the direction. When you make that decision to become consistent, prepare your mind for the fact that you will be opposed. You will be disappointed. You might even get frustrated, but it should not affect the decision that you have made to become a more consistent individual. Because when you have that core value of consistency, it opens up opportunities for you. Why? Because where other people would have stopped because they got fed up or frustrated, you will keep going and you will eventually get to that open door and to that breakthrough. Why? Because you remain consistent and you refuse to allow your frustrations, your setbacks hold you back. You kept moving, and so when you got to the opportunity, you were prepared to walk through the door and to show up as a confident individual. So become a consistent individual today. If you are at a 1 or 2, you can work on it. You can keep going forward and you can become more consistent. It just takes practice. Okay? These are my thoughts for you today. Please feel free to share this video with whoever you think needs to hear it. Until next time, from my heart to yours, do take it easy. Bye.